Patreon.com/the Walk-Off Podcast. $4 a month gets you in there.
So I'm not going to lie, buddy. This Bison's bullpen to start this year, and I mean, knock on wood, fingers crossed, we're hoping that, you make the jump right out of spring. But just in case you don't, right, this Bison's bullpen is going to be pretty dang deadly to start this season. And it's funny because last year there was all this talk from the analysts, the pundits, right? The Blue Jays lack velocity in the minor leagues. But frick, you look at that the Bison's bullpen now, and you've got that Junior and Julian Fernandez and Zulueta and Big Nate's there, and you all five of you hit triple digits. Like, there is velo there. So I'm curious, when you're around another flamethrower, is it like seeing someone on the road that you're driving the same car of? Like, are you like, hey, there you go, like we've got a brotherhood here?
That's kind of a funny way to explain it. No, it's more so like, it's always you play games with each other. It's like, you usually you find one of those guys to be your catch partner, so you guys, and your catch partner is gonna be your boy for the whole season. You're not gonna stop talking to him. He's gonna be one of your best friends, and and like guys like that. I mean, I hope Nate cracks the club out of spring training. Yeah, he looked so good, and that kid worked his butt off in rehab. So, I mean, I hope he gets back up there, and he's a great guy to be around. I would say. Yeah, I mean, what do we got? Yeah, 5 guys about that throw. I mean, Hagen Yanger is in there too. That kid throws upper 90s too, and he's a young boy too. He rose up there. He's a good kid too. I had about 6 guys throwing upper 90s, and you really can only do your best. And hopefully they see something out of you that they like, and if they want to bring someone else up, that's who they're going to bring up. You can't really just sit there and fight it. So
no, you can't make those decisions for sure. It's interesting. I know in stand-up comedy, I know both Adam and I've told you before, we're comedians, and one of the things that always blows my mind is when a comic is doing something that I couldn't do, whatever joke they're doing, whatever it is. Like, one-liners are not my style. And man, when I watch a guy go up there with 200 one-liners and put in a 20-minute set, and I'm just like, wow. Is it the same with pitching? Like, are there guys that are just doing things you can't do that you're like, holy crap? And if so, do you got some names?
Well, there's one. Yeah. Adrian Hernandez.
Okay, yeah.
That kid is a clown. I absolutely love him, and he's the best. He doesn't speak too much English, but he works on it every day. He's always trying. And but I have never seen a changeup in my entire life like that kid throws one. It moves like a left-handed curveball.
Really?
It moves down like this, and it's crazy. And he laughed one time. He gave up a home run after throwing his fastball, and he laughed at me when he came in. And usually, like, someone that gives up a home run, you're not just like gonna laugh. He laughed at me and says, "Bobby, that's why I don't throw fastball." I've seen him way too many times. 3-0, he'll throw a changeup, strike a guy out on 3-0, go get to 3-2, changeup, strike him out. I mean, that's a guy that I wish somehow I could throw a changeup like that, but I just don't think it's possible, because he has the best changeup, I think, in the minor leagues, if not the big leagues, the whole baseball.
That is so interesting. I wonder how much extra value is added with having a bunch of guys in the pen with him that are fireballers, and then all of a sudden you got this guy who's just giving you such a different look.
Right. And Isert too, Brandon Isert.
Yep.
That kid can pitch as well. He spots up. He throws the hardest 91, 92 I have ever seen in my life. He gets whiffs out of that all the time, and it's awesome to watch. But coming in after guys like that makes your inning feel a little bit easier.
It's so interesting how there's just dudes who, for whatever it is, the spin or the angle of their arm or whatever it is, like you said, 91, 92, but it just feels like it's on you. Like, unreal.
It's definitely the spin on. He throws the fastball with like some vertical break on it.
It just looks like it's rising on you, eh?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a balloon. It rises up on you.
Where are you at with your pitches. Actually, Adam, go ahead and jump in here. I know you
No,
had something to say.
I was
here
just gonna
before.
say a stupid anecdote from my childhood. I used to play on the NES Nintendo RBI baseball,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I would always play with the Astros, and I'd have Nolan Ryan as a relief pitcher because I would go with anybody else as my starting pitcher and just drain them. So they were throwing the slowest stuff by the 5th and 6th inning. And then Nolan Ryan comes in throwing 101, and it's like 3 times too fast and no one could catch up. So he was a great closer for me coming in with
In
the
real
heat
life
off that.
too.
Yeah, in real life. Yeah.
He did all right.
Haggy, are there guys in the organization that you're spending time with in the off season? Are there buds that you're going out of your way to spend time with in non-baseball scenarios outside of golf, obviously?
Yeah. Let's see. In our org, there's no one. I'm living in Huntington Beach right now, and there's nobody out here in California really that
Right.
But I'd say last year, Trevor Schwecke flew out from Wisconsin because he was tired of the cold and wanted to get some golf in. And he flew all the way out to California and stayed with me, and we hung out for a while. But no, I mean, I'm always calling people. You know, I always miss the boys. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of love. There's Phil Clark, love that kid. Fitz Stadler, he's been grinding in rehab right now. When he comes back, he also throws 100 too. So I mean, there's another guy. Yep.
Yeah. Fitz is great. I know he came on the show and just what's the best way of describing, like, how humble and approachable he is for a 6'9" dude is so cool. Like he
is elf. He is elf.
He is elf.
Yeah. Yeah, that
He is elf.
Yeah. Fitz. Okay, have you been to the city of Toronto, or you're holding off?
I've never been. Never been. I'd love to go though.
Well, soon enough, I'm sure.
Is it like once you were drafted into the Jays organization, was there any temptation to be like, yeah, let's go get familiar with the city? Or was it more of a, I don't know how much you follow hockey, but like there's the superstition about not touching the Stanley Cup until you've earned it?
Yeah.
Is there something there with Toronto where you're like, no, I'll get called to Toronto one day. I'll earn that flight to Toronto.
The man who drafted me, Joe Aversa, he's our area scout here in California. And I was always seeing guys sign at their big league stadium. And they're always the top round guys that were signing. And when they didn't invite me to go to Toronto, I was a little upset. I was like, man, what's the reasoning for this? And I texted him and I was like, hey man, I see that Nate Pearson and Logan Warmoth are going. Why am I not invited? You know? And he said something about them being college guys, and they like to do that with the top college guys, not the high schoolers. And I was like kind of upset. And he said something to me. He said, hey man, you don't want to ruin the beautiful city before you get there in the big leagues. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll stick to that. So that's kind of what I've gone by.
Awesome.
I love that.